Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello all. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Riska Windu Antika. You can call me Riska. I'm from the Diplomatry Sanitation Program in Poltekkes Kemenkes Yogyakarta. Here, I will explain my main maps about recycling bottle, ways to make it more useful. See the explain until the finish. Recycling makes you feel good. But what actually happened to all the plastic bottles? This not happen. Bottles do not magically become fresh new bottle. The story is actually much more interesting. We're going to focus on polyethylene terephthalate of PIT, the type of plastic with an eye printed on the bottom. Recycling is process of turning used materials into new material with the aim of preventing the existence of waste that can actually become something useful, consisting of sorting, collecting, processing, distributing, and manufacturing products. The ethyl terephthalate of refers this to string a bunch of these together and you get polyethyl terephthalate, a durable, flexible plastic that can be heated up and molded into loaf of confit shape. After your recycling bottle, it gets launched. They take off the labels and clean it and separate all of the PIT bottles, not just from the glass and metal and paper, but also from for the other kinds of plastic. That's because different types of polymers do not always play well together. For example, PVC, which most of the pipes in your home, your mother can totally run a batch of PIT. You have to heat up the batch of PIT so much just to soften and mold it that the PVC will start to chemically break down and produce hydrochloric acid, which can actually degrade of the PIT. So sorting is super important, and so is cleaning to remove as much impurity as possible. In the case both things like distillates, pretty sip of soda, or other types of plastic. That's one major factor in why it's hard and expensive to recycle bottle in small bottle. But when the plastic is good enough to recycling in small bottle, it's still something good enough to spin into fiber, to clothing or carpets or whatever else you need fiber for, which incidentally is nickel polyester, even though chemically it don't change. That's fake for most polyester and PIT plastic are chemically the same things. The plastic is then ground and surrendered and molded until it can be spun in thread and then woven in fabric. This type in recycling is something called downgrading because once the plastic becomes fabric, it can no longer be recycled again. There is also a form of recycling that's changed the chemistry of PIT and is in fact called chemical recycling. It requires putting enough energy in the plastic to break used chemical bonds holding the polymer together, converting PIT back in individual parts. These molecules can be used to make PIT or even made in different types of plastic. But chemical recycling is really expensive, so we don't do it very much. So that's why bottle becomes cloth and not new bottles, because matte bottles require super clean plastic and that's tough to get. But even though going from a plastic bottle to a handbag is technically a downgrade, it's much colder now, right? Example of plastic recycling product. Number 1. Handbag. Plastic, one of the most common, was found at home. But plastic can be turned into profitable recycling. For example, a handbag, which can be used when forgetting. Number 2. Clothes. If plastic is not good enough for recycling, it's still good enough to be spun in fiber to clothing or carpet. Polyester coil and polyol terephthalate are PIT. The plastic is ground and charred, melt in yarn and then woven and into fabrics. So that's the fabric though the process can be made into clothes. Thanks for me. If there are miscommunication or example, I'm apologize. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.